Yo, what's up, guys? We got one game of NFL tonight. Texans taking on the Steelers, and we're going through my three favorite plays for this game. I think it's actually going to be a sneaky, interesting game. I do think the Texans are going to win. Right now, they're 3-point favorites. We're going to talk about all of it in the rest of this video. But first up, do me a favor, drop a like on this video. Let's try to hit 10 likes in this one. I don't know how possible that is, but if you guys can do it, that would be absolutely awesome. It helps me out a ton, and I'm going to come on here and help you guys out with these picks. So winner of this game goes on to play against the Patriots in the divisional round. We have 7 out of the 8 teams. One of these teams' season is ending tonight. Texans or Steelers. Steelers are the home team, but Texans are favored right here. Very interesting to see that. Now, let's go ahead and talk about how the rest of this playoffs has gone. The Rams were favored and they won in close fashion. The Bears were favored and they won in close fashion. The Bills actually were favored at the end, and they won in a close game. The Eagles were actually the only favorite that did not win. They were favored by 5 points, and they lost. The Niners beat them in an upset. Patriots beat the Chargers. They were favored. That was one of the easier games of the day. Now, Texans facing on the Steelers. Texans are the favorite. We will see how this one goes. First up, let's go ahead and talk about the winnable. Unfortunately, guys, on the free play, this is exactly what happened. We took Christian McCaffrey on the 1-yard special. This was easy on Chalkboard. They're dropping 1-yard specials pretty much every day now. It's awesome. And then we paired it up with Devontae Smith on the longest reception. This was super unfortunate because he hit his receptions. Devontae Smith also hit his yards, but he couldn't get a long catch. The entire game, the 49ers had the Eagles receivers on a cap. The longest throw Jalen Hurts completed was a 20-yard throw, and that went to Saquon Barkley. So Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown had to go and chunk little plays, which is ultimately why they lost the game. They didn't get any huge plays through the air. Unfortunately, this one missed, but it's all right. It was literally a free square. We're just going to run it back next time Chalkboard gives us one of those. It should be an easy win. Now, before I get into any more plays, I want to tell you guys how you can make money on sports right now. And it's not by taking any parlays. I don't really care how many parlays you hit today because you're not going to beat this ridiculous sign-up offer that Underdog Fantasy is doing. I can't believe they're doing this. When you guys sign up with code BAM on Underdog Fantasy, you got a play 5, get $75 in entries. So you play $5 after you sign up and you get $75 back. That is a 15x return on investment because 5 by 15 equals 75. This is a ridiculous offer, and it's only available when you guys sign up on Underdog and use code BAM. Now, if you're in any one of these yellow states that I have pulled up here, which is 40 plus states, I'm pretty sure. So most of the states are on here eligible to sign up for this Underdog promo. So I know a lot of you guys are sitting there right now just on Prizepicks. Maybe you're on Prizepicks and FanDuel. Maybe you only have 2 or 3 apps. Do yourself a favor. Get one more app, get Underdog Fantasy. You're not going to regret it because you play $5 and you get $75 back. There is zero reason not to do this. They want you on their app. The reason they want you is because there's a ton of playoff games going on. They're releasing a ton of specials. You can take advantage of that, get some free money in the door. It is ridiculously easy to make money right now on Underdog Fantasy. Use code BAM, sign up right here, play 5, get 75. Now, let's keep talking about the game script for this one because, guys, we're moving into our plays now and we got to think about a game script. This is not where we're picking 4 different games, one play from each game. No, there's only one game on the slate tonight and we got to take our top 3 plays out of that slate. So we got to go and look towards a game script. Now, what is a game script? A game script is where you bet 3 different things that are likely to happen because they're correlated together. So how a game is going to go, you pick, okay, this team will probably be leading, this team will be trailing, this will probably be how many minutes are left in the game, how long this trend is going to be going on. And once you guys have selected that, based on the odds, based on the analytics, then you can go ahead and pick specific player props that correlate to that exact game script. So in this game, the biggest player in this game, it's not the Texans offense, it's not the Steelers offense, it's not the Steelers defense, it's the Texans defense. Of the 4 units, the Texans defense is by far and away the strongest proportional to the rest of the league. The Texans defense are a top 3 defense in football. And right now, if you guys look at this ridiculous stat, The Texans have won their last 9 games. They are insanely hot right now, winning their last 9 games. That's the most out of any team, by the way, in the NFL. So, this Texans team is hot. I think last time they lost, here, let's go ahead and check it right here. Last time this Texans team took a loss, man, was it a long time ago? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here it was, November 2nd against the Denver Broncos. November 2nd. This game will be played on January 12th. That is ridiculous to think about. This team hasn't lost in over 2 months. So, it makes sense why we think this Texans team is going to win. And it's not like they've been beating up easy teams. They beat the Jags, they beat the Bills, they beat the Chiefs, they beat the Chargers, they beat the Colts. These are basically all good teams, right? Texans are on fire. So, we know the Texans are going to be leading in this game. That's the game script we have planned. So, let's use that to go and pick 3 player props. Starting off, it's Woody Marks on the over at 54.5 rushing yards. Now, the reason we like Woody Marks right here, number 1, he is their star back. Number 2, he's hit this in 6 of the last 10 games. And it's worth noting, when he hits this, they're usually winning the game by quite a bit, right? Last time he hit this, beat the Chargers. Even against tough defenses, he can go ahead and hit this, right? Against the Colts, who are a top 10 rushing defense, he greened. Against the Chiefs, another top 10 rush defense, he greened. Chargers, another top 10 rush defense, he greened again, right? And it's worth noting, this Steelers defense is nothing special. They're very average, middle-of-the-road defense. Pretty much the words that you would use to describe any Steelers team from the last 10 years. Average and middle of the road. Sure, they're in the playoffs, but we all know they're not making any noise once they get here, right? So, Aaron Rodgers has also been shaky. Aaron Rodgers has been super shaky. What are we going to do with our next play? We're going to fade Aaron Rodgers. So, we now know, okay, Texans are going to be leading. They're probably going to be running the ball. That's our first piece of our game script. Now we can correlate that with play number 2, which is Aaron Rodgers fading him on the passing yards. Now, if the Texans are leading, that means the Steelers will be trailing. That means the Steelers will have to pass. Why are we taking Aaron Rodgers on the under right here for his passing yards? Well, it's simple. Aaron Rodgers only hits against bad defenses. This is one of the clearest trends in the entire NFL. If you look at this, people might go, well, Aaron Rodgers is on fire, guys. He just had 290 yards last game. They were playing the Ravens, a bottom 3 passing defense. Then, a little before that, they were playing the Lions, a bottom 10 passing defense. A little before that, they were playing the Dolphins. The Dolphins. Are we serious right now? Once again, the Ravens. That was the last time he hit. That is ridiculous, guys. When he plays against the Browns, a top 3 passing defense, what happens? He doesn't hit. He only gets 160 yards. When he plays against the Bills, one of the best passing defenses in the NFL, he doesn't hit. Even against the Bengals, he missed. Against the Chargers, a top 5 passing defense, he misses. Against the Colts, bad passing defense, and he still misses. Aaron Rodgers is not a consistent player. Only thing you can count on him is against a good team, he will not hit this line. He won't hit this line. And the reason why a lot of people are being baited into taking his over right here is because, number 1, it's fun. The public loves to take overs. They will almost always take overs instead of unders because it's more fun to watch. Fair enough. But number 2, the line looks low. A 200-yard line looks really low. But we've got to look at how the Steelers have been playing, or not Steelers, how the Texans have been playing recently, right? Patrick Mahomes, they held to 160 yards. Trevor Lawrence, they held to 158 yards. Josh Allen was one of the quarterbacks to pop out for them. And several of these other quarterbacks, the reason they're going over is because they're trailing by a ton, right? The Steelers, in this case, might be trailing by a ton. They don't have any receiving threats. They don't have anywhere near the firepower to be able to break past this Texans team. This Texans defense is ridiculously strong, guys. I don't think many people understand how strong this Texans defense is. They've won 9 straight games. Now they're going up against a Steelers team. Sure, Steelers have the home field advantage. The Steelers are crawling towards this game. The Steelers, need I remind you, have looked horrible. They were a Tyler Loop made 44-yard field goal or whatever it was away from not even being here, right? And if you looked a little before that, sure, they beat the Ravens in a close one after their kicker missed an extra point. They lost to the Browns. They beat the Lions in a close one. They lost to the Bills. They lost to the Bears. They lost to the Chargers. This Steelers defense, in the same time span that we're looking at this Texans team, right? The Steelers team has gone 5-4. The Texans team has gone 9-0. This is not close. That should lead me to my third play, which is Kaimi Fairbairn over 8 kicking points. Now, let's look at that last game. Oh, yeah, he had 20 kicking points, by the way. 20 points as a kicker. That is insane. He had 6 field goals, 20 points. He is not missed. He literally greened this play 9 out of the last 10 games. He's gone over 7.5. Few times he's gone exactly 8. In this one, there is nothing saying that the Steelers defense will be able to hold down the Texans offense. There is no reason to believe that because we got CJ Stroud, you got Nico Collins, you got Woody Marks, who looks super strong, and then Kaimi Fairbairn can genuinely kick it from wherever, and he's super accurate, right? Compared to what the Steelers just played against, which was Boswell misses an extra point, and they make the playoffs because Tyler Loop is an even worse kicker. Now they got to play against Fairbairn, right? That is one of the biggest swings in gameplay you could ask for. 2 kickers that were just shitting the bed, and now you got Kaimi Fairbairn, who's coming off a 20-point game as a kicker. 20 points. That sounds like NBA numbers out there. It is ridiculous what this man is doing. So, make sure you take Kaimi Fairbairn on the over on kicking points, Aaron Rodgers on the under on passing yards. This is a great defense. No hate to Aaron Rodgers. I'm sure 10 years ago he could have hit this line, but he's old right now. He doesn't got the best threats, and he's playing up against, unfortunately, one of the best passing defenses in football. We're taking the under. And the last one is Woody Marks over 54.5 rushing yards. These are the 3 plays. I went ahead and locked them all in on Underdog. You can do the same with free money. Play $5, get $75. Sign up on Underdog with code BAM. That is the first link in the comments. I'll see you guys in there. Let's go 3 for 3.